President Ilham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva arrived in Agdam region. The head of state and the First Lady took part in the opening of the Agdam 1 and Agdam 2 110-35 10-kilowatt electrical substations of the Azer Energy Open Stock Company and the Digital Control Center of the Karabakh Regional Electric Grid. Then President Ilham Aliyev led the foundation of the enterprise for the production of lighting poles and other installations powered by alternative and renewable energy sources, carpet weaving enterprise that will operate in the Agdam Industrial Park, the Park Forest Hotel Agdam, and a new residential complex for 209 apartments. Furthermore, the head of state and First Lady got acquainted with the progress of restoration and reconstruction work in the Agdam Juma Mosque carried out by the Haidar Ali Foundation. Delivering a speech after getting acquainted with the work done, the head of state in particular said that the adoption of comprehensive measures to restore the Agdam region would allow Agdam to be rebuilt in a short time. The first enterprises of the Agdam Industrial Park, which will be created on an area of 190 hectares, are already taking the first steps in this direction, said President Ilham Aliyev, expressing confidence that dozens of enterprises will start operating in this industrial park in the near future. The head of state also called on Azerbaijani businessmen to invest in Agdam and all other liberated territories, touched upon the conditions created in the country for businesses and entrepreneurs who need to build enterprises and create jobs on the liberated lands, spoke about laying the foundations of a number of facilities in Agdam, the comprehensive restoration and reconstruction measures taken, including the road transport infrastructure of Agdam and road construction projects. President Ilham Aliyev stressed that Azerbaijan launched all this work immediately after the historic victory, showing political will, mobilizing all financial, technical capabilities and human resources, noted that we were doing all this work ourselves at our own expense without asking for help and without receiving any loans. Of course, various foreign companies are already actively involved in this work. The number of such companies is growing, said the head of state, and added that all cities will be reconstructed on the basis of a master plan. The master plans of Agdam and Fizuli had already been approved. At present, local and foreign companies are developing master plans for other cities. Touching upon the restoration of historical and religious monuments, President Ilham Aliyev said that repair and restoration work was starting at Agdam Juma Mosque, that major overall restoration and construction of 8 mosques were envisaged on the liberated lands. Work was underway in all these areas, and this was another contribution of the Haidar Ali Foundation for the preservation of the national and spiritual values of Azerbaijan. After the war, this is my third visit to Agdam. Every time I come here, my heart hurts because there is no single building in Agdam, only this dilapidated mosque with a damaged roof. It was desecrated by the Armenians. Cows and pigs were kept here. The Armenians insulted not only the Azerbaijani people, but the entire Muslim world, said the head of state, and stressed that this is unprecedented barbarism, vandalism, atrocity, and indicator of the ugly face of Armenian fascism. The whole world must see this, and added from now on we will invite foreign citizens here. They will come and see what Armenian vandalism means. President Ilham Aliyev also noted that organized bus routes to Agdam and Shusha allow their residents as well as citizens from other regions to see with their own eyes what kind of misfortune our people have faced. The head of state also touched upon the issue of a future peace treaty. Of course, there should be a peace treaty between Armenia and Azerbaijan. It must be signed on the basis of the norms and principles of international law, with the conditions of mutual recognition of the territorial integrity of the countries. And I said it, but the Azerbaijani people must never forget this vandalism. Nobody should forget this savagery, said President Ilham Aliyev, adding that ongoing work, including in the field of army building, would further strengthen Azerbaijan and will be a response to the revanchist forces raising their heads in Armenia and once again stress that we are on our land and we will live here forever.
Karabakh, Azerbaijan.
The head of state also led the foundation for the Agdam Regional Central Hospital with 210 beds. President Ilham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva got acquainted with the conditions created at the headquarters of the special representation of the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan in the territories liberated from occupation, which are part of the Karabakh Economic Region, visited the house of the Karabakh Khans, the Emirate complex. On February 13, President Ilham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva visited Agjabadi region. The head of state and the First Lady visited the monument to national leader Heydar Aliyev and the regional center, got acquainted with the conditions created in the Agjabadi Green Agro Park. President Ilham Aliyev inaugurated the reconstructed Agjabadi substation for 110/35 10 kilowatts. The head of state and the First Lady took part in the opening of a new military camp of the internal troops of the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the Afshar Salman Beyli Aşağı Afshar Khojavand Highway. President Ilham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva were also informed about the work carried out on the Ujar Zardab Agjabadi Highway of nationwide significance.